Hello there, how are you? Thanks for joining me. So today I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit about my process of what I do to increase sales over this busy gifting festive season, which is huge for any artists out there who are wanting to increase their sales. And I guess I've learned this over time, trial and error of what works. And it doesn't always involve just making more art, which is a lovely thing, but actually going on to sell it. So let me share with you a little bit about what I'm going to be doing over this next few weeks. So I want to share with you what I've done in the past and some newer ideas of what I'm going to be doing as well this season. So the first one that I want to share with you is I have just recently released some newer original small works of art. And the reason I did this is because they're at a much more affordable price range for people who might be either looking for gifts for themselves, which I've often had people saying that they're giving themselves a gift over this season, or a gift for somebody else. And I offer these both framed and unframed. And so I released 6 of these smaller works. I sold one last night, which I was delighted about, and I will continue to promote them over this next season. The second one that I would suggest you to do is to send out regular emails. So normally I send out an email to my mailing list every approximately 2 weeks. But during this time, over the next 6 weeks really, I'll be doing that every week, just to build up a bit more momentum with that, but also to make people aware of the offerings that I have. If you don't have a mailing list, please get one. It is just such an amazing way for you to connect with people. And the people who sign up to your mailing list are normally those people who are your warm leads. And by that, I mean they're the people who are really interested in your work and probably just need a little bit more information to make that purchase. So email lists work fantastically. And currently I use MailChimp, which is really easy to use. And I send that out to my mailing list. So that's the second way. The third way, and this is a new one for me, and I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. I've done them in the past, but I've decided that every Friday for the next 4 Fridays, I'm going to have an open studio and people can book in with me. So they tell me what time they come at, and it's really a no pressurized thing. So what I've said is, if you're particularly looking for original artworks, this would be a fantastic thing for you to do. To be able to come and see works in person. I don't hold a huge amount of stock for print. So if somebody, say for instance, this is a print that's going out. If somebody came to the studio and wanted to buy a print, I don't have a huge sum in stock. So I have said that the open studio, if there's something specific, let me know and I'll make sure it's in stock. And I've put that out on my social media, and I've also put that out on my mailing list as well. So that's another way for people to kind of contact me. And it's a lovely way also to meet people. And I think the idea of an artist and being in an artist studio is something kind of magical for people, or it's quite alluring. I love seeing artist spaces. I love seeing artist sketchbooks. So I leave things like that out for people to flick through. And maybe people will buy, maybe they won't. But I know that when people do come, from previous experience, if they don't purchase that day, they come back another day and they purchase. And it might be further down the line when they're ready, but they get a feel for the art and they get to meet me and speak about the art and talk about the works that they're really interested in. So the next one is a workshop. And this also is a new thing for me. And although I've taught art in the past, I haven't actually done it here. So I've done it in schools and colleges, but I haven't done it with the people who follow me. And I'm feeling a little bit nervous about that, but I also know it's very much within my capabilities and my skill set. So I'm putting a date out at the end of November, and it'll be a very small workshop. It'll be for 3 hours, and people come and make something and I guide them through it, and they leave with their very own abstract landscape painting. And the way I'm going to talk about that really is to say, you know, this is such a busy time and it'll be lovely to take time out for yourself during this season just to make and create something and make that space for yourself. And all going well, I will continue to do those on then into next year as well. And it's something I've been talking about doing for quite some time, both inwardly to myself and to my family. I'm sure they're fed up of hearing me about it. But also I have had more messages about that recently, and I just think I should act on that and see how it goes. Another idea is for the smaller gift ideas. Sorry, I've lost track. I think this must be number 5, but smaller gift ideas. So I have things like gift cards. I have greeting cards as a pack. I have the wonder cards. So they're all smaller gift ideas, almost like just a little thinking of you or a little stocking filler kind of gift as well. So things like that, I'll be reminding people that they can purchase those and they're in the shop. Sorry, there's a dog at the door. Let me just let her in. Little puppy girl. I hope you're finding the video helpful. If making more sales is something that you want to do for your art business, I've actually written an ebook, and there's a lot of tips and guidance on how to do that, along with moving into the confidence of that and working on the mindset. And you can grab that. There's a link in the description below. It's €12 and it's full of information that you might find really helpful. So check it out. This is the baby of the family, always wanting to come in and out, in and out, in and out, like a fiddler's elbow. Let me turn that camera around, it's just got a bit knocked. So the next suggestion, I completely forget where I am in terms of it. I think this is number 6, is a lot of time in magazines and in newspapers, they have gifting ideas. So they'll have a list of various different gifting ideas, and it'll be anything from the luxury right down to budget. And in the past, I've had magazines reach out, normally interior magazines, which is an amazing way to showcase your artwork. And they'll put an image of my work in and a little blurb about how much it is, and that'll be included in that. So what I would suggest is you could look back on the previous year, see if there were any of those articles written, maybe local newspapers, magazines, and contact that person and see if they would like an image of your work, and maybe if that's something that they do, are they looking for more suggestions for work, give them an idea of what you do and maybe send out a portfolio of your work as well. Dogs want to get out again. I mean, honestly, it's surprising that you can get any work done around here. It's squirrel season, so the dogs are gone mad over the squirrels. That's what it is. So number 7 is something else that I do is I increase my social presence on social media. So I increase this by 10 to 50%. So I normally post once a day, and that could be a reel or an image or something. And when it comes to this time of the year, I generally try and increase that. So sometimes that's twice a day, sometimes that's just, I'll do an extra 3 to 4 posts a week. But I definitely increase my social presence. So, because if you don't know, on average, only 10% of people on, say for instance, Instagram or whatever platform that you're using, only 10% of people see you and see your work. So even if you're repeating the same thing over and over again, the chances are that it's not exactly the same 10% who see it. And it doesn't matter if it is, because people often need a lot of reminding. Hi, this is what I do. I'm here. You can purchase from me. This is how you make a purchase. So I increase that social media presence with a lot of storytelling around that. So it might be like, I'm going for a walk in the woods, or I go for a hot chocolate. And then other posts, they're very much like, this is the piece, this is the price, this is how you can buy it. So I tend to do both. I do the storytelling, and then I also do just a very upfront, you know where to get me, you know where to find me, this is the price. So that works really, really well. And the last thing, this is number 8, the last thing I think the last thing that I'll be doing is I'm releasing a new print, and I'm just back from the printers, and I've got some samples here. I have to just check the colors on them. And this is an original work that's just recently sold, and I want to get a print that's going to be available. So I'll probably release that in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and I'll have some in stock already. So once I've gone through the colors on these and made sure that I'm happy with them, I'll contact the printer and I'll have some of those in stock as a new print release. And again, these are prints that people have requested from me, so I know that they'll be popular, and it'll be this alongside another one which kind of complement each other. So I'll be promoting really both of those at the same time. So there are just a few ideas, like in terms of how you can put your art out there a bit more. And it doesn't always have to be making more work, because making more work doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to sell that work. You have to be very active. You have to be very determined, and you have to have a plan. So get a plan. And if you use these 8 different ideas, please do feel free, go ahead. Let me know how you get on, and I'd love to know if it's helped you in any way, shape or form. These next few weeks, if you're wanting to sell your work, are so important for increasing those sales. And these are the things that I'll be working on. And I hope it'll make a difference. Thank you so much for watching.